It's time for mukbang. It's time for mukbang. It's time for mukbang. It's time for mukbang. Woo! Okay. This is the third time I've started this video, you guys. Third time. The first time somebody called me and it just automatically shut down my phone. Then I got through it a little bit again, and somebody called me again, and it shut down my phone. So let's hope nobody calls again, because I'm just recording on my phone today. I don't have my new camera yet. So today we are doing Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell. It's so good. I have chips and salsa. I have a chalupa supreme. I have a beef Mexican milk, which I've already have eaten because I've had to film 3 times. Kitty, no. The cat's at it again, guys. Okay. I have a Dorito Nacho Supreme Taco. I have nacho fries and Cinnabons. And let's eat, because I've already eaten half my Mexican milk because I've had to start it so many times. And I have my giant soda. Sometimes it's soda, sometimes it's water. It just depends on what my mood is that day. But it has to be, whatever it is, has to be extremely cold, because I like my drinks extremely cold. I love the beef Mexican melts. I know a lot of people are gonna go, what? They're so tiny. They're so delicious. So good. So I apologize for the lighting, but my new lighting that was supposed to show up on Friday, yesterday, did not show up. They sent me an email Thursday and told me my lighting would be here yesterday. I'm all excited. I'm like, finally, good backlighting for my people to see me do my mukbangs, my shows. Yeah, well, no. So yesterday, they sent me another email. And it says, oops, sorry. It's not going to come till next Thursday. Excuse me. I'm like, what do you mean it's not going to come till next Thursday? You guys sent me an email yesterday saying it was going to arrive today. Well, something happened. I don't know what it is, but now it's not coming till next Thursday. So, hopefully next weekend, my lighting will be here. Hopefully I won't get another email. Kitty, please don't bite my toe. The cat is at it again. She's already been playing with my phone cord. Yeah, she is. I told you guys she needs a show of her own, because she is complete and utter chaos. It's good though. I don't know what to, there's so much. A little bit of everything for you guys. Okay, so if you guys have never been here before, I'm Teresa. Welcome. Kitty, now she's biting my toes. Quit. She's a mess. She's biting my toes, you guys. Not in a mean way, yet. Oh! Now stop. So, I'm Teresa. This is Teresa's Readings channel. I'm a psychic. I do readings for people and card pulls. I have a Facebook page that I do live shows on every Wednesday. And, well, I do a giveaway update show on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Central Time. And I do a long live on every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central Time. Sometimes it's a card pull. Sometimes it's just a topic, people asking questions or whatever. But I've always so enjoyed mukbangs. I'm a big fan of them. Being a psychic, my mind is constantly going all the time. So it like relaxes me. I kind of get away from all that. And I like watching people eat because I like to find new things to eat. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just a big fan. A shout out to a couple that are my favorite. A shout out to Stephanie Sue. I love her. She's so, I don't know, she's just so upbeat and happy, and she's all these conspiracy theories that she does on her program are so interesting to me. I love all that stuff, so I enjoy her channel a lot. I'm gonna try this chalupa because I've never had one. Never had one. Put some salsa in there. I think we'll put 2 in there because I like it. It's good. Let's try it. Taste it. Right? It's pretty good. No. It's okay. I just don't think I'm not a fan of the shell. You know what I mean? Of course, it took me a while to get this going because I had calls and everything, but it's a little crunchy, but inside it's like, I mean, the inner part of the shell, you know, with all the stuff, the beef and everything, it's kind of gooey. No. It's okay though. Not my favorite, but it's good. I like this. This beef Bexy melt. We're gonna finish this off. That was good. Something about the taste. I don't know. There must be some kind of seasoning they have in there. There's a green herb of some kind. I'm assuming it's cilantro. Okay. The Mexi melt is really good. But the chalupa, I don't know. Anyway, we were talking about mukbangers. YouTube mukbangers. There's several, like I said, Stephanie Sue. I really enjoy her show because she's always got some kind of story or everything. It's always really interesting, so I really enjoy it. So shout out to her, Stephanie Sue. I'm just a little bitty mukbanger just starting out. I don't know if you'll ever see this. If you guys know her, let her know I said a shout out to her. Nikocado Avocado. He entertains me, makes me laugh. I mean, there's always something new going on with him, and I really appreciate that. I love his attitude, and he's just, you know, upbeat. I know sometimes you cry, Nick, but I still love you. So shout out to you too. And anybody, I mean, if you guys see them or talk to them all the time, just let them know I gave them a shout out. I appreciate what they've done for mukbang, and they got me pulled into it, so thank you. So anyway, now let's try. I had half another salsa. I love it. I like that crunchy stuff, you know. I should have got like 2 or 3 salsas, but I only got 1. So everyone that was here last week, you saw the catastrophe. There you go. That happened. My cat knocked over the lamp and busted it, and it was chaos. Kate was there last week. I left it in, so that was hysterical. I hope you guys all got a kick out of it. Please let me know if Shug gave you guys a laugh, because she is that way. She's always getting into trouble. If you guys are part of my Teresa's Readings family, you all know that. If y'all aren't part of Teresa's Readings family, because I am a psychic, and I do shows every week on Facebook, and you guys can see them here. They're below if you want to look at them. But my people on Facebook, it's at Teresa's, TERESA' Readings, capital READINGS, if you guys want to check it out on Facebook. I also do a show every Wednesday and Sunday. My big show's on Sunday, so if you guys are interested, swing by. If not, just stay here. Watch the food and the pick a cards, because I do that too. But Kate is not here this week. That's my daughter. She joins me on the shows. She's an empath, but see, this is how bad it is. Okay, this was crunchy when I got here, but I had to stop taping twice because I had phone calls. Now it's a little gooey, but this is the Dorito Nacho Taco Supreme, and I really like the flavor of these. Here we go. That's good stuff. I'm trying to get it up where you guys can see it. It's good. But anyway, Sugar is quite the trickster. She's always around here, getting into everything, breaking things, knocking stuff over. I mean, you name it. And it's usually in the middle of a filming. Hope that light behind me is not too bad. Maybe I should sit over here. But what we're going to do every week, last week we talked about dreams. But we're just going to talk about whatever we feel like that day. Sometimes movie stuff. And so I kind of spoke about that last week. And talking about different psychic movies we could like watch and discuss. I was out in the wind, so my hair is crazy. I pulled it back so it wouldn't get my food. I watched Hereafter with Matt Damon. So I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. But Matt Damon plays a psychic. A psychic at one time that had been well known, but he just couldn't take it anymore because the thing about psychics is you're constantly on. It never shuts down. And when you're around a lot of people, you feel everything. Unlike an empath feels everything. A psychic can see everything and sometimes feel it. So he was a very well-known psychic, and he gave it up because he just couldn't take it anymore, and he went to work at a factory where he wasn't around that many people, lived by himself and everything. And his brother was constantly trying to talk him to come back in it because he made a lot of money at it, okay? And that's one thing, you know, for most of us, those of us that are really psychics, I did this for years and never charged anybody a penny. And I didn't tell a lot of people for years, and that's another thing that is spoke about in that movie. But I didn't charge a penny, and everybody said, you know, you really should start when you're doing. I didn't tell a lot of people, and then I finally got to the point in my life where, you know what, it's who I am, and it's just the way it is. I'm going to tell everybody, and either they can deal with it or not deal with it. That's really their decision, you know. It's not that big a deal. Everybody has their own opinion, so I did. I came out into the public eye, and it was great. I had nothing but wonderful things and wonderful people coming to me. And my friends, my dear friends and family said, you know, if you're going to be driving all over the country, or you're going to be on your phone, or you're going to be here or that, you're going to have to start charging people. So I started charging people. So I do personal readings. Not that I'm selling those here, because I'm not. I'm just telling you my story. And it's continually gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. Amazingly so. And I've felt nothing but love. I'm sure, trust me, that eventually one day there will not be, there'll be bad comments or whatever, which is fine. I can take it. It's not that big a deal. So his brother wanted him to get back into it because of the money. And he didn't want to. He didn't want to have anything to do with it. He never wanted to get back in it again. He just wanted to try and live a normal life. And that's hard to do when you're a psychic. Matt Damon, his character that he played in that movie, whenever he touched anybody, he felt or saw something. Every psychic's different. So, you know, it just depends on your gift, what you have. And so he tried to stay away from everybody. But needless to say, also in that movie, I'm going to take one more bite. I know I'm talking a lot. Good. Also in that movie, I believe there was a reporter. The beginning of the movie starts out with a reporter and her boyfriend, and I think it was Indonesia. If you guys know the answer for sure, let me know and post it below. When there was a tsunami that came in. And she got caught in the water because she had gone down to buy presents for her boyfriend's kids. And she technically drowned. But people pulled her out of the water and brought her back to life. But she had an afterlife experience. And you ought to watch it. I mean, I know I'm kind of ruining it for you, but I think most people have seen it. And if they haven't, just check it out. It's a pretty good movie. Technically, you know, she drowned. But they pulled her out of the water and brought her back to life. And from that moment on, she always, it just, I wouldn't say plagued her, but she couldn't get it out of her head what she'd seen, you know, the hereafter. And she tried to find answers. She went everywhere. And ultimately, she was a reporter for a large news station and ultimately gave up that job and wrote a book on her experience and everybody else's with scientific facts of you know, that doctors had, you know, done in studies and stuff like that. Meanwhile, Matt's character, you know, tries to connect to somebody he meets, and she finds out he's a psychic, and so we'll talk. I'm going to try to go along in steps so I can give you my point of view as opposed to the character of Matt Damon's that was a psychic in this movie and what is similar. Just so good. I mean, I love Doritos. It's like, okay. So you know when you're eating Doritos, I got it on front of me. I always do it on the front of me. And you're digging down the bag because you want to get that one Dorito that's got all the dust on it. These tacos from Taco Bell are those chips. The chips with all the dust in them. That's why I love them so much. I go past all the chips that are lightly dusted and I go way down and I get that one chip that's really dusted with Dorito. Oh, it's so good. So, you guys know what I mean? You guys agree with that? I mean, that's how I feel. I feel that they're like Doritos, nacho cheese Doritos. I haven't tried the fiery one yet, but I may do that the next time I do a taco mukbang. But that's what it feels. It tastes like to me. It tastes like one of those Doritos that have been heavily coated in the Dorito dust in the bag. I'm horrible. I mean, I will dump out half the bag. And I will just take the Doritos that have the really heavy coating on it. I know it's horrible. It's horrible, but it's who I am. Anyway, so Meanwhile, Matt Damon meets somebody, and coincidence finds out that he is a psychic, and at that precise moment, she wants him to give her a reading, and he doesn't want to do it because he knows from past experience that it can go terribly wrong. You know, you can see things that people don't want you to see, or he could, and that's what happened. So that I can understand. Now, for me, in a reading, I read tarot cards and I read oracle cards. I'm trying to block that light out, guys. And I get pictures in my head. And when I do a reading, I can feel, or I can see a picture, or somebody will step forward and tell me the message that they want to give them. Sometimes, you know, I always tell everybody the truth. If I pull cards for somebody, I'm going to tell you the truth, be it good or bad. And usually, in the way I always look at things, even though if you're not getting the answer you want, it's not what you're supposed to do. Our paths are supposed to go a certain way. And sometimes we have to go through something and not get what we want, or not have what we want, or something to go wrong for us to learn the lesson to go to the higher level, to get to that path that we're supposed to be on. And I always tell the truth. But I don't know, everybody's different. Every psychic and their ability is different. And I see pictures. I see pictures in my head. So if I'm doing a reading for somebody, it's almost like I get a certain picture in my head with what they're pertaining to asking about, or what it's pertaining to. And that picture, if I tell you what it is that's in that picture, it just validates that I do know what I'm doing, because nobody else would know that but you. And sometimes I have people step forward. He had people step forward all the time. Oh, so good. I have people step forward a lot too now, but there are times that I don't. You know? Sometimes people just want a reading to see where they're supposed to go, or if, you know, that love of their life is coming, or when, or if they're to take this job, or if that, you know, just depends on the reading. So anyway, meanwhile, back at the movie, there's a set of twin boys. If you guys haven't seen this movie and you want to see it, stop listening now. But the little boy, there's a set of twin boys. And unfortunately, there's an accident and one of them passes away. And the other little boy, the brother, continually goes to psychics trying to get a message from his brother. And none of them are real psychics. And that happens too. But eventually, one day, Matt Damon's character's in England, and this little boy lives in England, and the writer, who's French, writes her book and gets it published, and she's in England on a book tour. And they're all in the same place together. And as soon as he sees her, he knows. He knows that they have a connection. And I'm not going to tell you the rest of the movie. You're going to have to watch it. It's called Hereafter. But let's just say, psychics, sometimes when they meet people, this is me, I can't speak for anybody else, I get an impression on a person as soon as I meet them. And you know certain things about them. Good, you know, if they're a good person, if they're not so good person, if they're struggling, if they're sad, if they're, you know. And he had the feeling that this, words weren't spoken. All you had to do was see the look. And that's something I can relate to. I can also relate to seeing people step forward to talk to you, to give a message to somebody. I don't have to touch anybody. It doesn't come to me like that. With me, it's like pictures in my head that slowly turn into a reel, like a movie, and then maybe eventually somebody stepping forward out of the clouds. And sometimes, and that's what I always tell everybody when I give them, you guys are going to laugh at this. Depending on where they are, if they're caught, you know, in between worlds, they're more like a haunting or something, then it's black and white to me. If it's somebody that's gone to the light and come back, sometimes it's brightly colored. But a lot of the time, and this is where you guys are going to laugh, remember in Star Wars, that's right, I like Star Wars. Remember in Star Wars when R2-D2 is sent with a message to Obi-Wan, I think it was, and Luke, he was there too. And Princess Leia had recorded a message in R2-D2 and he projected it out. And how the projection was, how the coloring was in that projection, that's mostly what I see when I see people. Something like that, somewhat transparent. You know what I mean? White and almost a bluish. But with somebody that's stuck or haunted or someplace where they, you know, they need to move on, it's usually black and white. And someone who's gone forth into heaven or whatever religion it is that you believe in, and has come back to give a message, they're usually in color. I know it's kind of weird, right? Mukbang and psychism. What are you gonna do? Good. I don't think I can eat any more though. I ate most of my Doritos, a couple butts left. Some of these, my beef Mexi melt. I'm just not that hungry today. I think it's because I got a late start today, and then my filming got interrupted a few times. That's the Cinnabons. Oh my gosh, they're so crispy and sugary and creamy. I can always make room for that. Oh my god, so good, you guys. My bed's behind me, sorry. It's kind of like messed up, but oh well. Good stuff. So, I'm going to finish eating those. That's questions for anybody that asks questions and answers. Next week, I am going to do, Kate and I are going to do nuclear cheese noodles. So if anybody watches mukbangs, you guys know what that's all about. They're hot and they're cheesy. Like I said, I ordered, or I don't know if that was on this recording or not, I gave a shout out to Stephanie Sue because I love her stuff. She's so entertaining and has such interesting stories. And I gave a shout out to Nick Avocado because he is hysterical. He cracks me up. He's, I think, always upbeat. I know you cry a lot, Nick, and I may have said this already, but I love you. I love that you share everything with us. Thank you so much. Big inspirations for me, those two. But next week, Kate and I are doing nuclear noodles. I didn't do them this week because Kate's not here. She had a competition this weekend, so she's out of town. And I just wanted to let you guys know that that's why we didn't do the nuclear noodles. And I'd ordered some kimchi too, and I had to order it via Amazon, all of it, because we don't have a store out here that sells that stuff. But I found one close to my work, so I'm going to try to hit up there because I ordered kimchi too. I ordered it, and I ordered everything from Amazon. But the kimchi was not wrapped, and it rolled around. It was in a glass jar. It opened up. It got all over everything. Luckily, everything else was in plastic wrapping, so it didn't go bad. So I think I'm going to run up to that Pan Asian market. It's in St. Louis. It's in the outskirts of St. Louis in the county, and it's about 10-15 minutes from my work. It's really hard to get through after work because of the rush hour traffic, but I'm going to try to go up there during my lunch hour one day next week and have that kimchi for us when we do the noodles, the hot fire cheesy noodles next weekend. So that's what we're going to do next weekend. And hopefully, guys, my light will be here. my round backlight that will light up this whole room, and there won't be so much shadow. Because every time I get my stuff set up, the cat knocks over and breaks it or something. So, you know, wish me luck. But that's what we're going to do next week. And then I think the week after that, we're going to do a candy mukbang. I got a bunch of marshmallow stuff and chicory gooey